this is actually, I'm always coming from a standpoint of a reporter, quite honestly. And, I said on TV before the season plenty of times, I understood the situation. If it was me, I would have not done the deal before the season. I would have made him play out the deal and then negotiated. I didn't even think that if he was the MVP this year and won the Super Bowl, that you would have had to pay that much over what the Dolphins paid last offseason. Because the narrative would have been, can he do it in a different system other than Mike McDaniel's? His highest marketability and value is with the team that he is currently with.
Yeah.
He got a market deal, and that's what he was going to get, even if he came out and continued to, have his best season of his career. That was still going to be the deal that he got, in my opinion. Maybe it's $5 million more a year. He's not going to go get $65 million. It wasn't going to happen. So for me, what's the benefit of signing him before the season? Good business, I'd say. He's a good teammate, so that's cool. But business is hard, and I think that's the one thing that the Dolphins are learning. This regime is understanding now is like, we got to start making moves that are prudent. And because right now, you think Tua's getting that same deal coming into this offseason? There's no way.
No.
In fact, like, I could argue that the Dolphins would move on.
Yeah, we're at one hell of a crossroads then.
But I feel like they did that with everybody, right? Like, you re-signed everybody before we win a playoff win. Like, what are we doing here?
Giving Tyreek the deal and getting ahead of it, I was a fan of that deal at the time. I thought seeing everything that was happening with the wide receiver market and all the drama that was going on with Jamar Chase and CeeDee Lamb and all those guys, get out in front of it, because we know that Tyreek can be dramatic. You keep him happy by paying him what you're inevitably going to have to pay him. Cool. I don't think that they expected him 5 months later to do this. Tua, it's a different deal. You know what kind of teammate he is. You know how accurate he is, but you know that he's an injury liability. And that's harsh, but it's true. And Chris Greer even said that in his press conference today. He said Tua has to make himself more available. He's got to find a way to avoid those plays. And I think that was probably disheartening to anybody, including Tua fans, to see. I mean, I sat down with him and he's like, I got to make sure that I'm more available. That was on Monday Countdown. And a week later, he's going head first into a play again. And it's like, dude, cool. We get it. You're tough. You want to get that first down, but this team is completely different without you. And Greer needs to have a better plan. It can't just be that Tua needs to play smarter. You have to have a better backup. So like, everybody's got their hand in this. Mm-hmm. But I do think that they shouldn't have done the deal, if I'm being completely honest.
So you were thinking 50-year option there, like just play out
the 50-year option. I mean, was Tua going to hold out? Maybe he was going to play. He was getting a little terse. Yeah. Maybe he would have held out, but and then it's there's a little bit of Monday morning quarterback, because if he had held out, we would have wondered what would have happened, but he didn't, because they gave him the deal and we saw what happened. I mean, you can't miss 4 games in that stretch. Go 0 for 4. Were they 0 for 4? Or did they win one?
They won one. They won one.
You just, like, in that stretch, man, you can't be that set back and expect to make the playoffs. And
speaking on contracts, real quick, I just got to ask you this, and then we're going to take a fan question.
Yeah.
Who the hell let AV